Hi guys, if you'd like to support the channel, there's a link in the description and a link in the comments. Please consider a donation. Any donations are welcome. I appreciate your support as always and enjoy the video. Thank you very much. Hi guys, welcome to Irish Footy Vlogs and welcome to your Premier Division review show. We'll also take a quick look at Monday night's games at the end of the show as well. Cian, Drogheda 1, Sligo Rovers 1. How did you see this game yourself?
There wasn't much quality on show. I just thought it wasn't a great game to watch. I thought Drogheda were probably the better side, but I thought the pitch didn't help Sligo's game. Now, no question about it. I think anyone could say that. Look, it works for Drogheda, and nobody's going to say that. But I just think the way Sligo play and stuff like that, the ball was bobbling everywhere, and it just didn't make for a good game. And it was disappointing because I had everything about it to really kick on to be probably the game of the weekend. But I thought Drogheda were the better side. I think if anyone was going to win it, it was Drogheda. Same players were excellent again for Drogheda. The same players every week. So we talk about James Brown and stuff like that. Excellent, look down the pitch. Really, really good quality player. You're looking at Sligo. Look, Kenny, that's 2 goals he scored now, and I don't think he really had to work for the 2 goals.
I have to say, to be fair to him, for that goal last night, very opportunist. Like, he read it. Like, a lot of the time, if a striker switches off for 2 seconds, that chance is gone and the defender gets there. So you probably have to give him credit for that.
Yeah, and then the goal against Finn Harps. You don't get them unless you follow him. So it looked really good. Excellent
lesson
stuff
for everyone.
Yeah, he's been scored in some. He scored 2 goals now. Look, and 2 or many, I would say. But I'm kind of a little bit disappointed with Sligo in the last couple of weeks. After the start, look, they'd be delighted. Look, compared to where they were last season at this stage, after this amount of games, So I wouldn't be, if I was Liam Buckley, I'd be still delighted. If I was Sligo, I'd be delighted. I think they kind of excited everyone early in the season, and now they've kind of gone to the level where, let's say, they were expected to be at. So it's tough, but. Sligo will hopefully want to bounce back on Monday with something. Otherwise, look, if they, let's say, for example, if they didn't beat Pats and Pats ended up beating them on Monday, that gap between first and second and third comes an awful lot bigger, So I think I'd be a little bit worried that way for Sligo. But look, long way to go. No games are 1 out of 10 games,
I think Sligo kind of in the first half controlled the midfield slightly, but to be honest, Drogheda made a tactical switch early in the second half and it worked wonders. They changed from 3 at the back. They went to 4-3, so they went 3 in midfield. They had Luke Heaney in midfield alongside Deegan, and Phillips moved out to midfield, who had a really good game, by the way. Even though he missed a great opportunity, he drove forward and had a good game. And Markey, by the way, and Murray, until he went off injured, were playing a floating role, and that seemed to suit Markey down to the ground as well. And Sligo, for some reason, couldn't really cope with that. And on another day, I suppose Drogheda do nick that second goal. Also, I have to talk about the penalty, the Chris Lyons dive. There was no way that was a dive, Cian. No way was that a dive. He was about to shoot, right? And he got clipped. Now, it might have been accidental, but he did get clipped. There's no way you're diving. You can't stumble a dive. Do you get me? Whatever about not giving a penalty, that was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. Now, look, I think it's one of them where you've seen them given, then you've seen them given for dives. Look, whether it was a penalty or not, or it definitely wasn't a dive.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point I'm making, really.
It wasn't a yellow card. I'm not sure whether it was enough for a penalty, but it was definitely not a dive. So, I think referees are under pressure now, where if a player goes down, it's either a penalty or a dive.
It can't be just a coming together or a fall of some sort. Yeah, exactly. That's the issue I have with those decisions.
I think that's what happened. So I wouldn't be too worried. Look, I think Drogheda are really picking up some points in this league, and they're picking up some decent points and the gap from where they were probably expected to be in and around the bottom half of the table, the gap is starting to go up that little bit more for them as well, picking up points. Performances are good. He haven't been mauled in any games, you know what I mean? So all good for Tim at the minute, and I just think he has a good ship there.
Yeah, definitely. And Sligo, obviously, as you say, little bit disappointed. They will be disappointed with the performance because, as I said there, it wasn't their best performance by any means this season. And I expected a bit more of a reaction, Keane, from Sligo, if I'm honest, after the defeat to Derry. And obviously, I was there. I didn't really see it. I thought Romeo Parks, I don't know what it is, but he's not decisive enough at the moment. Like, I was watching him there off the ball and things like that. Like, he's getting the ball and there's a player 2 yards away from him and he's not quite making the pass. He's under-hitting and over-hitting and simple stuff. I thought it was very frustrating now, I have to say, Friday night. I don't know what Sligo fans would think of his performances in general, but I just thought, look, he's got to be doing better than that, like, you know?
Yeah, look, I think Sligo will be disappointed, but look, I'm not being funny, but if you get a point in United Park this year,
it's not a bad result.
No, it's not a bad result. And look, I think Sligo just need to kick on now, you know, and that is it. Like, you know, I know it was a new manager and stuff coming in with Derry, and it's very hard to play against them. You can get caught, but you know they'd like to put that right on Monday with a win. And look, they're going to be well up for it. And you know, let's see what happens on Monday.
Yeah, St. Patrick's Athletic beat Longford Town 3-0. That sees Pats stay top and Longford go bottom. Coughlin with 1, Forster with 2. We'll get to Chris Forster in a second because, superlatives and all that. But it was actually a weird game. It probably wasn't a 3-0, Keane. I mean, Longford did have opportunities. They weren't clinical at all. Like, there were chances that kind of went over and wide. Yaros wasn't even forced into any saves. Pats were a little bit sloppy in this game. But they'll obviously be delighted with the 3 points. And to be fair, Chris Forrester, masterclass again. I'm going to say, and I don't care what anyone says, look, he's a Pats fan. Forrester is the best player in the league so far this season, in my opinion, performances.
Yeah, he has to be up there. Look, I think the game, I feared for Pats at half time. I just thought we needed to get a goal before half time to win the game. Pats were awful in the first half. They really were. Let's be honest. Like they weren't great, but at the same time, you know, we didn't. Sligo or Longford had 1 or 2 posh shots and stuff like that, but that's all we really gave them. Pats were in the first half. You know, Billy King was excellent. I thought Matty Smith was good. We were always that half an inch away from a great pass and defence splitting pass on our trail. We always looked like we were going to score. But I just felt that if we didn't get one before half time, I think we would have been in trouble. In terms of going into the latter stages of the game, and you're looking for that winner. But
Longford will be disappointed the way they conceded the first goal. 2 minutes in second half, sloppy play from them, and Coughlin's not missing from there.
Yeah, sloppy play. Second goal, look, you can't, like, what a finish, like, you know, absolutely fantastic.
He just makes it look so easy. He actually makes it look like he's 2 yards out.
I genuinely mean it. I've been blessed to see Chris Forrester play and score so many goals like that. Like, that's just one of many. Like, that's, for me personally, that's not even in my top 5.
I was going to say, Keane's nowhere near the best goal he's ever scored either.
Like, that wouldn't even be in my best 5.
No, probably not.
Like, so it just shows you the quality he has, and look what he gives you off the ball. He's a different type of player this year. He was.
Do you give the manager credit for that, Keane?
If you can do, look, the manager's picking the team and stuff like that, but it really, like, you can motivate players all you want. They have to want it. And Giffen look like he wants it, you know, you need to do it yourself. The manager can't be held accountable for a bad performance or anything like it. So, you know, I look, you praise Stevie for what he's doing on Pats and stuff like that, and there's no doubt, you know, Chris Forrester is definitely benefiting from that. But, you know, it's just, he's back, the buzz, the cheekiness, like, the taking a piss on the pitch, like, you know, he just has that cockiness about him, and it's just that, like, you know, we haven't seen that for a long time. Like,
I think you mentioned the Keane as well. It's the stuff, we can all talk about all the great stuff he does, but watch him off the ball. He's been fantastic.
Yeah, and I have to say now, he was a video, I don't know if anyone's seen it, but Pat were warming up in Oriel, and they were coming out of the tunnel. and Forrester was coming at the camera and he was giving a little thumbs up or laughing or something. And you just know that,
He's happy again.
He wouldn't have done that the year before. He'd be nearly hiding from the camera because someone's going to give him a stick. And that's the way it was. But I have to say, I thought Git was superb yesterday off the ball. Look, the third goal, he absolutely ripped the piss. Now, I thought the keeper could have done better. I don't know why Lee Stacey isn't in goal.
As I said to you, Keane, a few weeks ago, he made one error and he seems to be dropped for it. It just baffles me a little bit.
Second goal against Drogheda, positional error. That's about it. But if you look, McGinley, we're going to grant to him now. That's his second mistake. McGinty,
and even McCabe there as well. So
you're looking at Yaros.
Manus has done it.
Alan Manus. Everyone in the league has made a mistake. Keepers.
Like if you get dropped, if you make a mistake as a goalkeeper, I mean, you'd never be confident. One mistake.
Yeah. So I don't know. Look, Lee will be back in that team. I've no doubt. He's the best keeper there. And look, in fairness, he can probably play. He could probably play for St. Patrick. He could probably play for someone. He is good enough. He's a good keeper. So, look, he'll be back in that side of no doubt. And look, we wish him well. But I just think Longford were really impressive, actually. Like, in the game. I just thought they were, look, Derry.
This isn't the first time. Do you remember Drogheda a few weeks ago? I know Drogheda put 4 past them. But that wasn't a 4-0 either. But is it just sometimes they make mistakes at the back? Now, in fairness, it was only, well, you could say 2 in this game, really, that got some goals. But, it was a similar performance from them last night. As you say, let you talk about Dervin there now.
Yeah, Dervin is just, that fella is head and shoulders up. He was head and shoulders nearly above the patch midfield yesterday.
Yeah.
He was really that good. Like, he was getting on the ball, he was passing it. I want you here, I need you, and just roaring out, man. He's just, like, honestly, I haven't, in a long, long time, I haven't seen a player like that. Like, he really is going to go places. Look, he's a player that I'd have a Pats tomorrow. Well, the Longford fans won't like to hear that.
I find it difficult if Longford don't stay up. He's going to be kept. I mean,
yeah, like, honestly, he is an exceptional talent. He's the local boy. He's the local hero. And look, honestly, I really had to commend him. He was superb yesterday. He really was. And I think he was the best midfielder on that pitch, in my opinion, yesterday. Look, Giff Forrest had 2 moments of brilliance, and he was excellent off the ball. But for me, Dervin just had everything about him.
Bear in mind, Keane, that's a good midfield he's come up against as well, to be fair.
Yeah, so, he definitely didn't shy down from it at all. But I think Longford are better with Stacey in goal. I don't know what it is. I feel like they're a lot more comfortable. I think he's a
good organiser as well, Keane. I think that's the funny thing. I think he's generally a good organiser.
I'm not taking that away from Mando. Look, I don't know the man personally at all. But I just think Lee needs to play. I think he's good enough to play. And look, good keepers are very hard to come by. So, I think that might be a little regret if Lee didn't get in and, let's say, moved down somewhere else, because he will play. But, I'd be a little worried for Longford, considering that was a great performance from them, and they still lost 3-0, So they just need that little bit of confidence, I think, again. Now, look, the well drilled. I know we're talking about Pats for a few minutes here, but honestly, Longford were really good in what they done. Like, they forced Pats long an awful lot. Look, Lee Desmond probably didn't have the game that we know Lee Desmond can have. And look, Lee gives you 9 out of 10 every week, and that's what he is. I would say 7 yesterday. And people are saying that's a bad game. People are saying that's a bad game. Look, Lee,
for his standards, he didn't have the best game. Let's be honest, yeah.
Oh, but Lee is a fantastic centre half. Look, and what I like is he makes up for his mistakes. Look, he tried to clear the ball down, but you come back up the line, and it ended up coming to a Longford player, and they dribbled in. He made what a tackle! I was right in front of me. You'll probably see me jumping around like a mad thing. But like, honestly, what a tackle! And this is why we have these players. Look, they make up for it. I just think Longford just need that. I don't know what they need. I really don't. But that's
5 goals in 8 games as well. So we'll move on, Keane. I suppose Daleyman Park, Bohemians 1, Derry City 2. By the way, Bowes haven't won at Dalymount this season, which I hadn't realised until this morning. Incredible stuff. Derry, I mean, for God's sake, talk about a manager bounce here. 6 wins from Sligo, or 6 points from Sligo away, and Bohemians away. McJanet, 2 set pieces. Did they deserve all 3 points in your opinion here?
Yeah, they did. Well, I say yeah, but I say yeah because they were shocking defending for the 2 goals, But in terms of the game, I think a draw was a fair result. I predicted a 1-1 draw. I just thought it was going to. I couldn't see Derry winning it. I couldn't see Bowes winning it. I didn't think they had it in them. Just set pieces, just 2 shocking set pieces.
Surprising team, because one of the things with Bowes last season, they were very good defensively. This season they've struggled defensively, haven't they?
Really struggled. Look, Casey is up there with the best in the league. Centre half, so you lose a player on Casey's caliber, and then you have Kieran Kelly, another player that I rate very highly. Really is a good player. You have Rob Cornwall, who is a good centre half. Then you have Finnerty, who was actually very unlucky last year, considering Casey came back. Yeah. Because Finnerty was excellent at 2019.
Yeah.
Playing alongside Cornwall. So, Bowes would be disappointed. You can't be giving away goals like that. That's what it is. Look, they weren't. I think it was a bit of an overreaction. I think a little bit. They weren't outplayed. Derry didn't outplay them at all.
I think this is the issue, Cian, at the moment with Bowes a little bit, that some games are actually playing reasonably well in, like Sligo, Shamrock Rovers and Derry. They've had patches in a lot of those games that they've played reasonably well with, yet they end up with no points. That's probably the concerning thing sometimes when you do actually play well on the ball, let's say, but you're conceding goals, be it set pieces, be it there's something not connecting in the team. I'm not even picking out the defence, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a game of 2 boxes for me with Bowes at the minute.
Yeah.
They're not doing enough up the top end of the pitch. Look, Keith doesn't need anyone to tell him that. Look, the players you've lost, stuff like that. It's going to take time, but you knew these players were gone. So you need to get players in that place. Look, Mallon is a loss, no question. Bastian Hurley is a loss. They're 2 of your top signings that, like Bastian Hurley, best player in the league when he wants to, when he's there, when he's fit. You're looking at Stephen Mallon, another excellent prospect in the league. So people are saying, look, he didn't really recruit that well. He's after bringing in, some really good players. He's just been a bit unlucky with injury-wise to Hurley and stuff. But, I'm really not worried about Bowes at all. I'm really not. I still think that they're well in there for Europe. They really are. I'm not worried for Bowes. I can't see. No, I don't even know what I'm saying. But I just can't.
What do you think of Derry though, Cian? I mean, obviously on 8 points now. Can they potentially get into Europe?
Look, yeah. I told you so quickly, you give it 3 weeks, Pats could be 8. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. It's so quick. Things just turn in this league.
Yeah.
Derry have been superb. Look, that's 2 massive wins now. Now they're playing at home next, and you get 3 points then. You're saying to yourself, they're definitely in the running. Look, I don't know whether they'll have enough in terms of Europe and stuff like that over the course of the season. New manager bounces don't last 8 to 10 months, you know what I mean? They last a couple of games and then you're back to, let's say, where you were. But look, Rory came in. You can't fault them. Two massive wins where they were ranked underdogs, I don't know. I can't see them making Europe now. I can't.
Neither do I, to be honest.
But they won't be worried about the back door.
Certainly not. Ballybuffet finished in Harps 0, Shamrock Rovers 2, and Gaffney and Hoare with late enough goals again. But I'm smiling a bit here because the referee did get a lot of criticism from both sets of fans in this game. What was your opinion overall, Keane, with the rest performance first?
While you're on referees, I thought the referee in the Sligo or in the Longford and Pats game, Ray Matthews, was awful. I really did. I thought he was awful. Didn't let the game flow. First, actually, I'd say 30 seconds in, he was. Yeah, I knew it was going to be a bad game from him. I know we're jumping. I know we're talking about Rovers now, but having a go at.
We're talking about referees, but yeah,
he was having a go at Ando and goal, like the Longford keeper, for not getting the ball that was close to him. But the reason, after 30 seconds, but the reason he was going for the ball, because it was actually on the pitch. The ball hadn't gone off the pitch, so he was going off to get it. And I knew from that minute the ref was going to be like that. I thought he was awful. Finicky. I really thought he was awful yesterday. Look, I like a lot of referees. I have a lot of time for them. Look, you can have a bad game, stuff like that. I just thought some of the decisions were questionable. But look, nothing personal. The same again, Finn Harps. I thought didn't let the game flow. There was nothing to it.
What do you think about the penalty incident, Graham Burke, for first 2 minutes? What do you think about that one?
You've seen him giving up. My first instinct was penalty, yeah.
It's not a dive, though, is it?
No, but like what I'm saying is, you've seen you see him going down there, and you can actually see it happening in slow motion. You're saying, right, here's a penalty. But I haven't really seen it back. I was just watching the live, and they don't have replays, so I only seen it once. I don't know. I don't know whether it was a penalty or not, but I don't think it was a dive.
No, Ollie Horgan picked up a red card as well in the last 10 minutes. Usually he picks up a yellow, to be fair to him. But this time we got a red.
Must have called him. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll say that. But ultimately, I suppose a good result for Shamrock Rovers keeps them level with Pats. And, Finn Harps to be happy enough with their performance as such. They kept going for 70 minutes. But, ultimately the Rovers' quality shone again late on, I suppose. But Harps to be disappointed with the 2 goals they conceded because set pieces, and we know how good they are in the air. It wasn't a moment of magic from Shamrock Rovers or anything like that,
Rovers still haven't started,
No.
They really haven't. And, there hasn't been a game or even a moment in a game where I've actually said, Rovers are back. So, look, if they're picking up wins, who cares what way they play? I just, my worry for Rovers, look, I genuinely think everybody's playing for second. I said that to you before.
Yeah, I agree.
I still think they're going to win the league and stuff like that. But my worry is they're not playing great at the minute.
Yeah.
I know they're winning, but for how long can that keep up? You need to get the performances right, because, if you're not playing great, you can only win so many times, before a team comes along and knocks you. So that would be only my worry. Finn Harps, they'd be disappointed, with considering they were well in the game. There was nothing really. Rovers didn't have them up in their own box for the whole game. It wasn't like that.
In fact, Rovers' passing was very poor in the first half, I found.
Yeah, it was very. It was a poor game. It was a really poor game to watch. It was a hard watch at times. I think when the second goal went in, I checked the score and then I turned it off because it was hard. It was hard to watch. Well, looking at the game, and Finn Harps would be disappointed, like I said, with the way they're conceding goals, likewise balls and stuff like that. Just the way they're conceding the goals is the question. They're not breaking them down. They're not playing fantastic football. So that's a worry. But you're looking at Rovers, they'll still be up there, in my opinion. I don't think anyone's gonna. Well, you'd like to think a team will come close to them as such, but I just think Rovers will win it. It was a poor game. I have to say, no, it did put me in a bad mood. It really did. No, I love a good game of football, and I heard a bad one.
Yeah, no, true, but a good result for Rovers keeps them going. Waterford FC 0, Dundalk 3, and this was a strange game because actually Waterford, particularly in the first half, Keane, created some opportunities, hit the post, I think, a couple of times actually. Maybe a better team could have punished Dundalk here, but in fairness to Waterford, I know a lot of Waterford fans are giving out about a lot of things. I tell you what, you can't give out about is the effort and the honesty of the players. They do put in a shift. I know we might say they're lacking in quality. Maybe they lack guidance as well, Keane, because I'm not really sure about the management team there. It's difficult to say, but look, Dundalk did play some good stuff at times. I thought Michael Duffy now had a really good game overall, and his finish, haven't seen a finish like that from him for a while, but that was a typical Duffy-esque finish, wasn't it?
Yeah, look, Michael Duffy is up there. He's as good as Chris Forrester and stuff like that when he on his day. And the league needs to see Michael Duffy back scoring goals like that, getting people off the edge of their seats, because like he is exceptional. He is the player. Like he is the perfect player. He has everything, and he's so exciting. So I was delighted to see him score yesterday. I really was. 3 subs on the bench for Waterford was a bit mad as well. I was saying that I thought it was a misprint. I was looking at the teams and stuff. I genuinely thought I was actually, I'm not joking here, I was given Watch Yellow Eyes stick for forgetting to put the rest of the subs on the pitch or on the graphic
caption, yeah.
So
Madness.
I apologize to Watch Yellow Eyes, but it was a bit mad, wasn't it? Waterford were in the game, and it just, if you were to look at it on live score or something, you're saying 3-0.
It's a hockey and as such.
Yeah, but it wasn't like that at all. It was a very even game. I think, like I said, Dundalk just took their chances into the final third, and that's the difference.
It's probably funnily enough, Waterford haven't created that many chances in any other game this season. Funnily enough,
no.
So it shows that Dundalk still have issues at the back as well.
Yeah, look, they need to tidy up a few things. They're far to finish the article. It's going to be a manager, I believe, next week or the week after. So, we'd be interested to see who comes in and, what's being done then, and what the deal is. We're not going to know ourselves. Nobody's going to come out and tell us. We're going to have to find that out ourselves. But, you'd like to know what sort of arrangement the manager has with the board or has with the team and, stuff like that. But, yeah, Dundalk could be delighted. 3-0 win in this league is very hard to come by, considering the amount of chances that Waterford had. So, I'd be delighted with Dundalk. That's 2 wins on the bounce now. They got a nice win on Monday now. They're really starting to pick up the pace again. They're really getting themselves back up to where they should be. So, it's not too late to be up there. I said it before, Dundalk will still be up there with probably our Pats now at this stage, probably our maybe our Sligo, stuff like that. But I just think I think Dundalk could be okay. They just need to get things sorted. Look, Jim is doing a great job at the minute. 2 wins from 2 or 2 wins from 3. You can't really complain in terms of a manager, or caretaker manager. So I'd be happy enough with Dundalk and just get things right off the pitch.
They'd be a little bit concerned with McMillan, I suppose, going off because they potentially don't have him or Hooban. But then again, Junior can play up front as well. He's more than capable.
Paddy McElhenney can play just
potentially as a false sort of a 9, yeah.
They have talent everywhere.
Yeah.
They have players that can play through the centre. Look, they're not worried about it at all. We'll get on to Bray tomorrow when we speak about them and stuff. Without a striker and all, and Dundalk haven't got that issue.
Certainly.
I won't be worried if I was Dundalk. 2 wins from 2 for a home game coming up.
Actually, it's in Longford, believe it or not. We'll actually get on to that, Keane, quickly. We'll get on to our predictions for Monday. Nice little transition, I suppose. And yeah, it's in Longford. Longford play Dundalk. How do you see that one going? I have to say, I find it difficult not to see Dundalk get another win here, though.
If Longford play the way they did against Pats, they could potentially get a draw here.
There's opportunities to score, isn't there, for them, you feel? Yeah.
I'm going to say a draw because the way they set up and the game plan they have is really, really good. It really is. And, that they can cause damage. They can force teams long and stuff like that. And that's what happened. We had Matty Smith and Billy King up there at times yesterday. And the balls are going up. We don't have someone to take it, If there was ever a game that you'd like Georgie Kelly to be back in the patch jersey, it was probably yesterday. But, I think that's what they're good at, their strengths.
I think,
so I'm going to say a draw.
Yeah, I think they'll score, but I think Dundalk might nick it 2-1, but I can definitely see Longford scoring. Sligo Rovers and St. Patrick's game of the night. You've got Derry and Harps, obviously, but probably the game of the night in terms of position in the league and that kind of thing. I wasn't impressed after Sligo at all against Drogheda, but Pat's a little bit sloppy against Longford, but possibly one eye on the Sligo game. I can't see Pat's losing, I don't think, but I think Sligo need to dig in, get something here. I'm going for 0-0 because I think it's going to be difficult from the Friday night matches for both teams to be able to be at full tilt. And most of the players that played on Friday night for both sides are going to play in this game, most of them. So I'll go 0-0.
Yeah, look, it'll be a very good game. Like I said, it's the game of the round, no question. I know Derry are playing Harps and stuff, but this is the game that everyone's going to watch. I think Pats will win it. I do. We've a tendency to come out of tight games with a win. This is going to be another one of them. It's going to be another tight game. Look, the last 2 times we've been down there, we've won actually. So as well, which is decent. It was actually the last decent away trip with fans. Like, we had shells.
2-0, wasn't it?
Yeah, we won the 2-0. Billy King and Forrester got the goals. But no, actually, it was Rowan and Hale.
It's actually Rowan and Hale, a banger.
Yeah, Rowan and Hale. But I think Pats definitely have the quality to win this game. He did have one eye on the team selection, in my opinion.
Do you think Benson will be back, by the way? He was out. And Niall Morahan as well with Sligo. I wonder if he'll be back likewise.
Look, I think Pats are in a wonderful position where, Alfie Lewis can come into the side and do well. You didn't even have Jamie Lennon in the side yesterday. So, Jamie is going to come in full fresh of legs. He's going to kick the lumps out of Greg Bulger. That's going to be a good battle that I'm going to like. I'm really enjoying that battle. So, I'm excited for that. But, I think Pat's quality will shine through. I think Billy King looks like he's getting back to real match sharpness. Matty Smith looking like he's really coming into it again now. Ronan Coughlin banging form. Pat's defence looks solid. So I think Pat's might nick it, and it's not going to be pretty. But Pat's have done well coming out of tight games and getting goals out of nothing like.
100%. No, 100%. Derry and Finn Harps. That's the later one, actually. We'll get back to the early ones. But Derry and Finn Harps. I don't see Derry losing this game personally. Obviously, they're on a good bit of form. Harps, it's funny. Everyone was saying how well Harps are doing at the start and how bad Derry were doing. A win for Derry puts them level with Harps. I'm finding this one tough. I don't see Derry losing the game, but I think Harps might eke out a draw on this one, possibly.
Yeah, could very well do. I'm going to go Derry. It's a toss of a coin, really. If you had a 3-way coin, it'd be even better because, honestly, I really can't. I'm going to say Derry to win it just on the back of how they're playing at the minute. They're banging form. You know what I mean? They're enjoying their football again. The buzz is halfway back. So, I'm going to say Derry, and it'll go a long, long way to getting them back. So, yeah, I can't see Harps winning it. No. They haven't. They've kind of dropped a little bit. But look, Ollie won't care. That's the level they're at,
Shamrock Rovers and Waterford, and I'm afraid it's very hard to see another result. Even if Shamrock Rovers don't play well, I think they'll probably win a 2-0 or something like that. They probably won't play well, to be honest, or play brilliantly because they haven't done so far this season. They rotated obviously on Friday. They're going to rotate a little bit again. Green will probably play up front, for example. 2-0 Shamrock Rovers for me personally. Comfortable enough.
Yeah, look, it's probably a case of how many. But, if Waterford, if they pour up a bit of a fight like they have been down, they can cause this side problems. And I don't want to say that just because I'm a Pats fan or stuff like that. They genuinely can cause this team problems. Rovers aren't playing great. So, if Waterford go there frustrated, it'll be hard to beat. Get on the ball. Like at Shamrock Rovers, they're not, you know what I mean? They're not like levels above. So I wouldn't be going there in fear of them all and they're not like it. Take the ball and play with a bit of courage, like, because this team isn't playing well. They're really not. Like they're not a team that you'd be frightened playing. Like, so I wouldn't be worried. I genuinely wouldn't. I can see Waterford giving it a right go here, but look, I do think Rovers is going to win it. But I think it might be a lot more even than people think.
Drogheda United then and Bohemians also on at 2:00. Another difficult one, Cian, to judge this, I have to say. But we've talked about Bowles and how they've been dodgy defensively this season. So they kind of have to get 3 points, at least get a point here. But they've lost 3 games on the bounce. Drogheda have obviously done well. And as you say, even in the defeats, they've been beaten like by last minute goals by the likes of Shamrock Rovers and even St.Patrick, Athletic and that. I find it hard to... I think I'm sitting on the fence again, Cian, to be honest. I think I'm going for another draw here. As boring as it sounds, like, you have to go with your gut.
Yeah, look, a draw is probably the obvious result. But I fancy Drogheda to nick this. I don't know. I just think they have that. They'll have a little bit about them. I think
more confidence, maybe.
Yeah, they'll just have that little bit of bite, I think, extra. And I'm gonna go for a Drogheda win. Look, Bowles can easily win this 1-0. Keith Long is gonna start up right, and Bowles can easily even win this 2 or 3-0 and make a real statement if they want. And I really believe that. I just think I'm gonna go Drogheda. I'm just gonna go Drogheda. I don't know why. Just picking up.
Interesting stuff. Thanks again, Cian. Guys, like the video, subscribe if you're new, and hit your bell notification button so don't miss a video. And let us know what you think in the comments. Cheers, Cian.